Hello students, I am back again for class 10. Today we will do quadratic equation from maths. We will do the exercise 4.2 and here we will find out roots by factorization. So let's begin. Hello students, we will do now exercise 4.2 question number 1, that is find the roots by means of factorization. So I have picked up one equation here. So let me understand how the process goes on from the factorization. So first what we need to do, our first step is first term and the last term we need to multiply. So what it will give us, x square into 10, it will give us 10x square. Okay, so taking this number 10, we need to find out the prime factors. Okay, 10 from using the two numbers. We need to find out the prime factors. How many prime factors we need to find out? 2 prime factors of 10. Okay, so let me find out 2 into 5 gives us 10. So what are the numbers we are getting? 2 into 5 we are getting 10, and also if I subtract 5 and 2 we can get 3. Okay, you understand this step? First step is to multiply the first term and the last term. How much we are getting? 10x square. Okay, so after this we need to see that middle term is 3. So using this 10 we need to find out two numbers, so that two numbers, or we can say two prime numbers, after adding or subtraction of that two prime numbers we can get the middle term, that is 3. Okay, so after getting these two numbers we can split whatever we have got after multiplying the first term and the last term, that is 2x into 5x. We are getting 2x into 5x, 10x square, and 2 minus 5 we are getting 3 or minus 3, or you can do 5 or 5 minus 2 also. Okay, so what will be our next step? We will write the first term as it is, minus sign as it is, and then after how we can split the middle term by using two prime numbers, that is 5 and 2. We can subtract 5 minus 2, it will give us 3, and then after what was the variable present here, that is x, I'm writing here minus 10 equal to 0. So what will be the next step? X square minus, let this bracket be removed by multiplying x with these two numbers, so it will be 5x, and then after if bracket is removed this minus will be multiplied with this minus and will give us plus, then after 2x minus 10 equal to 0. Now next step will be we need to take common factors from these two. So we can take x as a common factor, then after it will give us x minus 5. Again x minus 5 we can write here equal to 0. Now we have to start from here taking the common factors. So x minus 5 already we have got. So what need to be multiplied with x to get plus 2x? So obviously it will be plus 2 we will be using here. So I will write this x plus 2 at a time, and then after x minus 5 I will write here equal to 0. So from here I can use x plus 2 equal to 0 or x minus 5 equal to 0. So from here x will be equal to minus 2 or x will be equal to 5. So these are the two roots we have got from this equation. Okay, so okay, let me take another example. Let me take question number 2, 2x square plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So again using the process, what was the process? We have to multiply the first term and the last term. So it is giving us how much? 12x square minus 12x square. Okay, so now using this number 12 we need two prime numbers, or we can say prime factors. So if I take 2 into 6, again 3 into 2. Okay, so we need two numbers only out of these three numbers in order to fit in the middle term, in order to split the middle term. Okay, so our middle term is 1 here, 1x. So what we will do, we can take 2 into 2, that is 4, and then after 3. So 4 and 3 multiplied, we are getting 12, and 4 and 3 give us 1. Okay, if I subtract 4 and 3, it will give us 1. So these are the two numbers for the middle term. So what will be the next step? 2x square plus 4 minus 3 x minus 6 equal to 0. So again 2x square plus this bracket will be removed, 4x minus 3x minus 6 equal to 0. So out of these two, we can take the common factors here. So what we can take, one is we can take is x, because x is present in both the terms, and then after we can take the number 2. Okay, because in the table of 2 both 2 and 4 is coming, so that's why 2 I am taking. So it will remain, x will remain here, and then after what will remain from here, if I take 2x as a common from here, so it will remain as 2. So same x plus 2 I will be writing here, and we will start from here, minus 3x we will start from here. So what need to be multiplied with x so that we can get minus 3x? We need to multiply minus 3. So 2x and minus 3 we will write at a time, and then after out of these two we can write any one. So from here, if I split the things, x plus 2 equal to 0. So what we are getting from here, if I send all the terms, all the coefficients from here, so first minus 3 will become plus 3 after going there, and then after this 2 will be dividing the 3. Okay, so next from here x will be equal to minus 2. So these are the two roots. Okay, let me take the another example here. That will be question number 3. Root 2x square, then after plus 7x, then after plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Okay, this is the quadratic equation. So now what was the first step? Multiply root 2 and 5 root 2. Root 2x square into 5 root 2. How much we can get from here? We can get root 2 into root 2, it will become 2, and 2 into 5 we are getting 10. Okay, 10x square. So again we can split the 10 using the prime factorization method, 2 into 5. So we are getting two numbers directly. So, and we have to see that whether after adding 2 and 5 it is coming or not, 7 is coming or not. We can subtract also, but here the necessity is for addition, because after adding 2 plus 5 we are getting 7. So root 2x square plus 2 plus 5x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. So next step will be root 2x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. So again from these two we can take common. What we can take common? One is the x we can take common, and we can take the common root 2. Okay, so because root 2 into root 2 gives us 2, so from these two things we can take root 2 also as a common. So after taking common factors from these two, so what will remain here? X will remain, and then after from here we can write root 2. Okay, root 2 into root 2 will give us 2. So here root numbers are coming, so we can try to use the root numbers. Okay, so here I'm writing directly x plus root 2, whatever I have got here, equal to 0. So here from here we will start taking the common factors. So already we have plus 5x, and here we have got x. So what need to be multiplied with x so that our answer should come 5x? So I will add plus 5. Okay, so plus 5 into x is 5x, and 5 into root 2 gives us 5 root 2. So root 2x, and this one we will write at a time, and then after x plus root 2 equal to 0. So I can split the things, whatever we have got till now, equal to 0, and x plus root 2 equal to 0. So from here, what we can get, minus 5 plus 5 will go here, it will become minus 5, and then after 5 minus 5 root 2, and from here we can get minus root 2. So these are the two roots. So last example we can take here, that will be 4, that is 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 equal to 0. So this, what we will do, first we will make a standard form out of it. So what we can do, we can multiply this 8 to both this term, okay, because in denominator of these two terms, denominator is only 1, so directly we can multiply this 8 here. 8 into 2, it will become 16x square minus 8x plus here itself denominator is 8, so no need to multiply with 1, so it will remain as it is, divided by 8 equal to 0. So then after sending this 8 to the right hand side, we are getting 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equal to 0. So now we can use the factorization method to solve the quadratic equation. So what was the first step? We need to multiply 16 and 1. So we are getting first term and the last term multiplying, we are getting 16x square into 1, we are getting 16x square. Okay, so then after we can use the prime factorization method. So 16, so we need two numbers, what we can have, 4 into 4. So using these two numbers, after adding these two number, we can get 8, and after multiplying these two number, we can get 16. So 16x square minus sign, then after 4 plus 4, and then after variable x, so plus 1 equal to 0. So in the next step, 16x square minus, after removing the bracket here, we are getting minus 4x, and then after again minus plus minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So next step, we will take common from the two terms. So what we can take common, we can take common 4 and x. So after taking the common, what will remain here? It will remain 4x minus 1. Directly we can write here 4x minus 1. So now we will start from here, minus 4x plus 1 we will take as a common. So 4x minus 1 already we have got. So what we can multiply with 4x to get minus 4x? So it will be minus 1 equal to 0. So here 4x minus 1 we will take together, and then after out of these two we will take only 1 equal to 0. So next step will be 4x minus 1 equal to 0 or 4x minus 1 equal to 0. So from here, sending everything, what we can get, minus 1 after going here, it will be plus 1, and 4 was multiplying with x, so after going in the right hand side it will become in the denominator. So or here also they are the same, so we can write x equal to 1 by 4. So these are the roots we are getting, and we have solved different equations here, quadratic equations. So I hope you have understand these things and try to solve some more quadratic equations from your textbook. Okay, so students, now we will be doing question number 3 of exercise 4.2, and what it is, find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So we need to find out two numbers. So let two number be x and y. Okay, so or it is written in the question that find the two numbers whose sum is 27. So that means if I take x and y as the two numbers, so their sum is how much? 27. Okay, so from this we can take any of the variables in the left hand side and send the other variable in the right hand side. Okay, so now we are getting a value of x, that is 27 minus y. Also that is given in the question that product is 182. So product, that means product of these two numbers. So what we can write, x into y is equal to 182. So from the above equation, we have got the value of x, that is 27 minus y. So in place of x, what I am writing here, 27 minus y multiplied with y equal to 182. So next step will be this y will be multiplied with both these terms present here. So it will be 27y minus y square. Okay, if I bring this one to here in the left hand side, it will become minus 182 equal to 0. So I will rearrange these things to make an standard one. Minus y square plus 27y minus 182 equal to 0. So from here, from this equation, what I can do here, I will take common as y. Okay, so y square I have taken common, minus I have taken common, so it will be remaining as y square. Then after from here it will become minus 27y, and this one will become plus 182 equal to 0. So what will be our next step? So minus, after sending in the right hand side with 0, it will become 0. So our equation remains as minus y square minus 27y plus 182 equal to 0. So from here again we will use the factorization method in order to find out the value of y. So here what we can do in the first step, y square into 182, it will give us 182 y square. Okay, this is our first step, to multiply the first term and the last term. Okay, so after multiplying this one, we will find out the prime factorization of 182. So it will be 2, 9, 1, again 3 I am taking here, so it will not go with 3, again 7 I am taking, so 7, 1 and 7, 3. So we are getting 13 into 1, 13. Okay, so now we are getting 3 digits here, 3 numbers here. So out of this 3 we have to make 2 numbers here. So these 2 numbers, after making from this, it will give us 27 after adding and subtraction of these 2 numbers, any 2 numbers after making from these 3, and after multiplying we need to get 182. Okay, so I'm taking this 2 and 7 as 14, 2 into 7 14, and this 13. So after adding these 2 numbers we are getting 27, and after multiplying these 2 numbers we are getting 182. Okay, so what we can write here, minus sign directly we can write, and I will start the bracket here, and I am writing here 14 plus 13, it will give us 27. So now here variable is y plus 182 equal to 0. So what will be the next step? Y square, I am removing the bracket here, it will become 14 y minus sign, and then after minus plus minus 13 y plus 182 equal to 0. So in the next step, what I will do, I will take common from these 2 numbers or these 2 terms. So y I have taken common, and what will remain here? Y will remaining from here minus 14. Okay, so directly I am writing here minus y minus 14 equal to 0. Now we have to start from here. So already we have got y minus 14. Now what number will be multiplied with y in order to get minus 13y? So it is simply minus 13. Okay, so from here I am getting y minus 13 and y minus 14 equal to 0. So y will be equal to, from this one we have done already the steps, so I'm writing directly y equal to 13 or y equal to 14. Okay, so therefore we can write the 2 numbers are 13 and 14. Okay, so this is the solution for question number 3. I hope you have understand it nicely. Okay, only the basic thing is that we are using prime factorization method, or you can say middle term factorization, in order to solve the equations. We need to get one equation, quadratic equation from this question, and then after we need to solve the quadratic equation whatever we have got using factorization method. Once you know nicely factorization method, you will be able to solve any questions. Okay, just what is the main thing? We need to form a correct quadratic equation from the given question. Okay, so now students, we will be doing question number 4 of exercise 4.2. So what is the question? Find 2 consecutive positive integers, sum of whose square is 365. So here they have been asking about 2 consecutive positive integers. So consecutive means one after the another, okay, which comes after the 1. So 2 consecutive numbers I am taking here. Suppose I am taking one consecutive numbers as x. Let the 2 consecutive positive integers. Integers can be negative and integers can be positive, but here only positive numbers we want, positive integers we want. Okay, so I'm taking here one is x and one after the another, that means the next one of x, it will be x plus 1. So 2, then after 3 will be consecutive numbers of 2. So after adding 1 we are getting the next consecutive numbers. So I'm writing here x and x plus 1 as our consecutive positive integers. So what they have written here in the question, sum of whose square is 365. So that means according to the question, sum, that means addition is going on between two consecutive integers and then after their square is going on. So after squaring, what we are getting, 365. So now next step will be x square. Then after this one, x plus 1 whole square, it can be expanded by using the formula a plus b whole square. So what it is, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here already we are getting a as x and b as 1. So a square will be x square. Then after 2 into ab, so it will be 2 into x into 1, so it will become 2x. And then after b square, it will be 1. 1 square is 1, equal to 365. Okay, so next x square plus x square, it will give us 2x square. Then after plus 2x plus 1, and I am bringing 365 in the left hand side, so it will become minus 365 equal to 0. So next step, what we will do, 2x square plus 2x, this one will give us 364 equal to 0. Now from here, from these three terms, we can take the common as 2. So it will be 2x2 common, and then after what will remain from here, it will be x square plus x minus 182. Okay, 2 into 182 gives us 364 equal to 0. Now sending this 2 with 0, it will become 0. So our equation will be x square plus x minus 182 equal to 0. So again we will use the factorization method in order to find out the two consecutive numbers. Okay, so what is the first step? X square into 182, it will give us 182 x square. So again we will do the prime factorization method in order to find out the two numbers from 182. So 291 already we have done earlier. So what we have got earlier also, here also you can see 3 into 3 we cannot do by 3, we can do by 7, 7, 1 and 3. Okay, so we need two numbers. So from these three numbers we can make two numbers. So 2 into 7, it will give us 14, and here 13 itself is there. So now if I do subtraction, 14 minus 13, it will give us the middle term, that is 1x or 1. So then after multiplying 14 and 13, it will give us 182. Okay, let's do using these two numbers. So x square plus sign, then after 14 minus 13, variable is x minus 182 equal to 0. So x square plus 14x minus 13x minus 182 equal to 0. So next we will take the common. X we can take common from these two terms, and what will remain, x plus 14. So directly I am writing here x plus 14 equal to 0. So now from here we will start. So x we have got already, so what need to be multiplied here, it will be minus 13. So our equation result will be x minus 13 and x plus 14 equal to 0. So from here what we can write, x is 13 or x is equal to minus 14. Okay, x is equal to minus 14. So here the question was asking about positive integers. Okay, positive integers we were requiring. So we will not take this x equal to minus 14, we will take x equal to 13 as a consecutive numbers. So therefore two consecutive numbers will be one will be 13 and another one will be 13 plus 1, it will give us 14. Okay, so these are the two consecutive integers we require, that is positive. Okay, so I hope you have understand this one. So now students, we will be doing question number 5 of exercise 4.2. So here, what is the question here? The altitude of a right triangle. So right triangle, we will make one right triangle here. Okay, so this is A, B, C, right angle at B. Okay, now what is given here? The altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter. So altitude, that means the height or perpendicular distance, perpendicular side, that is 7 centimeter. It is given less than its base. Okay, so it is not 7 centimeter. It is altitude is how much? Less than 7 centimeter, less than its base. So if the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, so hypotenuse, that means this part, I'm coming over this base and altitude. So hypotenuse, it is directly given 13 centimeter. So I can write here 13 centimeter AC. And then after, base is not given here. So suppose I'm taking base as X. So what is the question here? Altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So base is X. So that means we can write the altitude as X minus 7. So here, whatever things we need to take, I have written in the diagram. So I will directly use the steps here in order to find out the, first we will need to find out the quadratic equation. Okay, so altitude already given here, that is X minus 7 we have got. Okay, then after centimeter, then after base we have taken as X centimeter, then after hypotenuse we are getting 13 centimeter. Okay, so using the right triangle, what formula we can get here? One theorem is there, that is Pythagoras theorem. So using Pythagoras theorem, what is Pythagoras theorem? That is hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus altitude, or you can say perpendicular square also. So here altitude is given, so I'm using altitude instead of perpendicular. Okay, or you can use the height also. So hypotenuse is already given here 13 square. Then after base we are taking as X, then after it becomes X square. So altitude we are taking X minus 7 whole square. So 13 square will give us 169 equal to X square. Then after X minus 7 whole square, we will expand this one using the formula. Which formula? A minus B whole square formula. So it will give us A square minus 2AB plus B square. Okay, so this one is A, this one is B. So it will be X square minus 2 into AB. So A is X and B is 7. So it will give us 14X plus B square, that means 7 square, it will give us 49. So X square plus X square, we will write here 2X square. Okay, so minus 14X plus 49 we are getting, and then after we will bring 169 to the right hand side. So it will become minus 169 equal to 0. Okay, so now, so it will give us 2X square minus 14X. Then after subtracting these two things, what we can get? Minus 120 equal to 0. So again in the next step, so if you see the numbers here, coefficient here 2, 14 and 120. So we can take common, what we can take common from here, these three terms as 2. So it will give us X square minus 7X minus 60 equal to 0. So I'm sending this 2 in the right hand side, so it will become 0. So our equation will be X square minus 7X minus 60 equal to 0. So again we will use the factorization method in order to find out our given things. So again first term and the last term will be multiplied. It is giving us 60 X square. Okay, so now again 60 we will do prime factors here. We will find out the prime factors. 2 into 30, 2, 15 and 3, 5, 1. Okay, so now we need to see the middle term here. 7 is there. So we need to form two numbers out of these 4 numbers. After adding or subtraction of 2 numbers, we can get 7, and after multiplying that 2 numbers, we can get 60. Okay, so how we can form this one? So I will form here 4, and this one give us 15. Okay, so if I subtract this one 15 and 4, it is not giving us 7. Okay, so what we will do? We will take again another part, that is 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3, 12. So we are getting 12 and this one will be only 5. Okay, up to here we have multiplied, so 12 and 5. So subtracting 12 and 5 we are getting 7, and after multiplying 12 and 5 we are getting 60. So we can take these two numbers as a middle term. So x square minus 12 minus 5x minus 60 equal to 0. So x square, removing the bracket, what we will get, 12x plus 5x minus 60 equal to 0. So from these two terms we can take common x minus 12. Directly I am writing x minus 12 here. So we will start from here again. So x we have got already. So what we need to multiply? We need to multiply plus 5. So it will give us x plus 5. And then after x minus 12 equal to 0. So what we are getting, x equal to minus 5 or x equal to 12. So this is coming negative number here. So length cannot be measured in negative numbers. Okay. So we will take this one, x equal to 12 as our base. So base, therefore base will be how much? 12 centimeter. Then after altitude, what was altitude? X minus 7 it was. So 12 minus 7, how much it is? 5 centimeter. Okay, and hypotenuse already given, it is 13 centimeter. Okay, so this is the solution of question number 5. So these are the solutions of exercise 4.2. Whatever questions left, I hope you will be able to do that. Okay, in case you are finding any problem here in exercise 4.2, in any question, you can ask me in my comment box. Okay, so we will meet again in the next video. Till then, thank you and take care.